Hey, what's going on? It's Evan from State Champs, and this is Hive Magazine.
Okay, so this is Hive Magazine. I'm Danny Baker, and today I'm joined by Evan from State Champs.
Hello,
How are we today?
Good, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
Good, thank you. So we're currently on the bus at the Manchester date of the European Winter Tour. So it's your first headline tour here in like 3 years.
It's been a while.
So how has the UK leg been so far? And Europe?
It's been amazing. Honestly, I feel like the response has been really great so far. Coming to Europe, I feel like Europe, we're trying to build that market still. And it was really nice because after the tour we had with Simple Plan last year, I feel like we see the uptick in people coming and showing more interest. So those shows were really, really great. And then coming to the UK is always great. I mean, honestly, I feel like the energy here is always just higher than it is anywhere else. So I feel like since we got to the UK, the shows have been bigger. We have our full production now, so it's like it's going really, really well. Really fun to be here again.
How's it been playing the tracks from the new album?
Honestly, kind of mind-blowing. The record came out a couple months ago, and it still blows my mind that people are singing them just as loud as the older songs. Like every night, I'm just like kind of blown away because these songs are so new, and we're still kind of trying to figure them out. And it feels really good to have people singing them. Yeah, because it's so new.
Has there been any like standout shows in particular, or any stop on the tour that's?
Man, yesterday was really, really fun. Yesterday, what we were in Leeds? Yeah, let me check that. I think we were in Leeds last night. Sorry, there's a lot of dates. I'll have to remember. I mean, honestly, Leeds was really, really fun. I just felt like that was great. Southampton was always great. Man, the first few shows, I mean, there's really, all of them have kind of been standout. It's just, there's an energy in these rooms that we usually get in the States, but out here, you never know. In Europe, with being a smaller market, you never know how it's going to go, but the energy has been awesome. People have been loving it. This is the longest set list we have, too, so we're playing a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff, and just people are excited, so.
Yeah, I think it's almost a little bit full circle. You touring over here, celebrating the release of the new album now, because the last time you were here, obviously, it was the anniversary of your first album, The Finer Things.
Yes, yeah.
So how do you find playing like an album anniversary set compared to like playing your full set with like a mix of everything, kind of? I
don't like playing full records more than I like playing the new stuff and the old stuff, because I feel like it is fun to play. It was really fun to play Finer Things in full, but I also feel like people wanted to hear other stuff, because we did a lot of Finer Things stuff last year and the year before, and it was fun to do. But then I feel like when we did Slam Dunk and they had us play the full record, I feel like it didn't pop off as hard as it usually does when we play, Secrets and Everybody But You and some of the newer stuff that does really well. So I much prefer to play like a mix of the new and old instead of just like a full record playthrough. But it was fun to, play that record in full, because that record is kind of what set the trajectory of this band up. So it was cool to play those songs that we haven't played in a while. It was a lot of fun, but I would rather play newer things.
Oh, of course. I do have to ask though.
Yeah.
Once the new album has had its time to shine a little bit.
Yep.
Do you think other album anniversaries is something that you may consider?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 10 years of Around the World and Back this year. So we're definitely going to do some things with that. I'm not going to say it's going to be like full tours, but we're definitely going to have fun like we did with the Finer Things anniversary. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. We're still trying to figure out, there's no like solid plans yet, but we're definitely doing some sort of record.
As a big fan of that album, that does make me very happy to hear.
Me too. That one, to me, I feel like is the one that really set the trajectory of this band off. Like, Finer Things kind of put us on the map, and Around the World and Back kind of just like took us to like getting bigger support tours and touring internationally and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it has all of like the hits, like Secrets, All Yours History, all of those on it as well. So I think it is a very, very popular album, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited to do something for that this year.
Yeah. But circling back to the new album, I do want to actually congratulate you on the release of that as well.
Thank you, yeah.
It is an incredible album, I have to say.
I appreciate that.
Is there any particular reason that you felt that this one was the self-titled album? Like, why it was time to have the self-titled one?
So, I mean, I feel that we have kind of just, as we've gotten older, gotten better at songwriting and kind of figuring out who we are as a band. And I feel like when we didn't set off, actually this record was supposed to be an EP.
Okay.
We toured with Boys Like Girls right before we, not last year, year before, we toured with Boys Like Girls, and we had a talk with Martin, and we had 4 of the songs on this record were already done. And he was like, if the songs are good enough, put them on a full-length record. And so we kind of agreed with that, and we're like, all right, let's get back in the studio, let's finish a full record. And so we never like set off to be like, this is going to be a self-titled. I think just after we got the collection of the songs and we figured out what the record was going to be, we're like, we feel like this best represents what we want to be as a band. So we self-titled it. Not only did we do that, but we finally branded the Trophy, which was something we kind of didn't want to do before. But we figured since we're going to self-title, let's also do the Trophy and just kind of make it like, let's put our stamp on that this is what we feel would be the best self-title for our band.
Yeah.
So
were there any other like almost names for the album, or did you always kind of know it was going to be the self-titled once it became a full length?
I think we kind of just knew it was going to be self-titled, because usually record names for us comes after the record is made. We kind of just like sit with it, listen to it a bunch, and see if anything comes up. And I think we knew right away that we were like, yeah, this feels like self-titled. I feel like we didn't want to do it for the last few. We toyed around with the idea before, but we didn't feel like it was the right time. And so I don't remember any other names being thrown out, really. I think we just talked about self-titled, and it just everybody kind of agreed, which is hard for a band to do, really.
I do think it is almost like it has elements of all of the previous albums in a way. Like when I first listened to it, I did actually say it was very much like a cross between like Living Proof and Kings of the New Age in a way.
I love
like,
that.
There's elements of the other ones in there.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that's why we wanted to stamp it. It's because there's kind of like songs from each era that kind of reminds of like, a Finer Thing song, Rob and Roll 'Em Back, Kings of the New Age. So it just felt like this was the best representation for our band. Yeah.
I think a big difference in this one is lyrically it is a lot more open with the lyrics and
100%.
a lot more vulnerable. Was there any like big differences with the writing process, or was it just you felt you could be more open, do you think?
I don't necessarily, it changes from record to record. We spent some time in Joshua Tree. It was just like the desert in California, and we kind of took some time to like have no distractions. We usually do that, but this was the first time we're out in a desert with really nothing to do. And I just feel like we all, we've known each other for so long now, it's just easier to kind of be a little bit more vulnerable with each other. And I feel like Derek did an incredible job with kind of opening up, because it's kind of tough for him, or for anyone really, to kind of open up and kind of admit things, or talk about maybe things you don't really want to, but you feel it's important. So I feel like for him, he's been, we're all growing up, and I feel like it's just better to be vulnerable, and it just makes the lyrics better.
Yeah, I think it resonates with a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people do find it quite relatable. But also, like, I remember my very first listen of the album, I remember just being like, who hurt Derek? What happened? But it's amazing, and it shows in the songs, and they're all incredible.
Thank you.
Do you have like a personal favourite track off it at all?
I personally like The Constant. And I think a lot of people don't know that that's written kind of about our old manager.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's kind of like collectively for the band, that was the first one that we wrote. It kind of came together really fast, and we decided like, we had some issues with an old manager, and kind of like not being able to trust, people that you might think you should be able to trust. And I think as far as my favorite, not only instrumentally isn't my favorite, but lyrically it's kind of one we all came together and we're kind of able to express ourselves and what we were feeling through that song. So I personally love that one the most, just because I feel like lyrically, instrumentally, it's kind of like my favorite.
Yeah, I think the beauty of that as well is people can kind of interpret it however they want and relate 100%. To it a lot as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the album also has an incredible feature from Slope on there, Safe Face Story. That is one of my personal favourites on there, I
love that. Yeah, thank you.
And you've had so many good features in the past, like especially like Kings of the New Age was stacked with features.
Yes.
How do those come about? Do you kind of write the track with a feature in mind, or is it just kind of...
So that one, when we were writing the bridge of Safe Face Story, we wrote the bridge, the instrumental part, and we're like, man, this sounds like something that Slope would really crush. So we didn't set out to have it be something that like, oh, we want to have Slope on this. It was just like, this part sounds like something that Slope would do really well with. And so we hit them up, and they were amazing. They sent it back. I think there was like one note that Derek had, and then we sent it back, and they did it. It was the fastest that a feature had come together. But yeah, we didn't really go feature heavy on this one. We just kind of, when it came to Slope, we were like, this just feels like the right part. They're a great band. I think that it makes that song super unique, especially it's not a feature that I think people expected. So it was really fun to have them, and actually in Germany they came out and did their part, and that was really, really fun. Yeah. So
I think the mix of pop punk and hardcore is one of my favorite. They're like my two genres that I love. So it's like having those mashed together. Yeah, is amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really fun to have them on that.
Yeah. Do you have any like dream collabs at all that you'd like to do in the future, maybe?
Well, I mean, there's a ton. It'd be great to have like a Hayley Williams, or
incredible.
A Fall Out Boy feature, or just honestly having a feature is really fun. It just adds a unique dynamic to a song. I think that those, obviously the big ones would be great. But yeah, I mean, a Hayley Williams feature would be incredible. I doubt it would happen, but we would love it.
But we will manifest it anyway.
She's incredible, yeah. But yeah, something like that would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just before this tour, you played the Emo's Not Dead cruise, I believe. So it was it Miami to the Bahamas?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so you played, was it 3 different sets?
3 different sets,
on that one, yeah. How was that playing, like, like your karaoke set and the fan pick set? How was that compared to, like, your usual?
Oh, it's so much fun. Whenever you have a set that's different, I know I bad talked about album playthroughs, but anytime you have like a set that's very different, it just makes it kind of more fun. It takes it out of like change. Yeah, it's a nice change, especially the karaoke. Man, that was hilarious, because it was just like the amount of courage it takes to sign up for something like that and then go through with it. Like, everyone who signed up that we picked went through with it, and they all had their unique spin, and they had fun with it. And it's not something that I could even personally do. I had so much respect for everyone that came up. But yeah, it doesn't even feel like a set. It just feels like you're just up there jamming, playing music, and it just takes you out of, like, it's not that it's ever work, but like when we have our set list, and it's kind of goes the way it goes every single night, and I love it. But when you have something unique and fun like that, it's really cool. And the cruise was amazing. If I could not recommend it more, it was one of my favorite things we've done.
Were there any like personal highlights from the cruise at all, or the whole experience?
We had a dodgeball tournament that unfortunately Derek's team won. Ryan and my team did not win. But yeah, the dodgeball tournament, you were hanging with fans. Like, people could come up. There was no separation, which was super nice. So you get to really like hang out with people, and eating dinner with fans, or just, the karaoke sets, the different sets that you could watch. A ton of bands had like acoustic sets, or we had a fan-picked set list that was also really fun. So people that were on the ship chose what we played. So that way, people on Twitter couldn't vote if you weren't on the boat, So it was like just really fun. I just, if I didn't know if we were on a holiday or vacation, or if we were working, it was just a really great time.
A great mix of both.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think the fan pick set, or like the karaoke, do you think that's something that you do elsewhere again, maybe, or was it kind of a
wonder
thing?
I don't know how it would work outside of the cruise, but it's definitely something I love when we have people come up, like come up and sing, or sometimes people play drums for me, whatever it is. It's always fun to do stuff like that. If we can do something like that, I would love it. Yeah.
I'd love to see a fan pick set over here. I must say that'd be incredible.
That would be great, because we've been working a lot on getting all of our songs prepped, because we have to do a lot of preparation to play our songs, since we don't have another guitarist or whatever it is. So we're trying to get all of the songs kind of show ready. That way we could do a fan set list. That way it's just like, oh yeah, we can just pull stuff out of a hat and play it, and so we're ready.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I hope we do more stuff like that for sure.
Like, a lot of bands recently have kind of done, I think it mainly came from like Taylor Swift and the Eras tour kind of thing. They've done like a surprise song every night, something like that.
That would be fun too. That would be cool. I'd love to do like an Eras tour, a State Champs Eras tour would be really fun eventually. Maybe a few more records, but it'd be fun.
I would give anything for that, I won't lie. So Warped Tour is also back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe something like that you could do there? Maybe that. So you guys are playing a couple of dates of that.
Yeah, we're doing all the weekends so far, which is a dream come true. Warped Tour was my favorite way to spend any summer. It's not coming back the way it used to, but I think them coming back with weekends in different areas is amazing and exactly what the scene needs. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
I think a lot of people online have had various opinions about the tour, the lineup, everything.
They're just slow rolling it right now, though. They're leaking out certain artists at a certain time, and once they get to the headliners, it's going to be amazing. I mean,
I think there's already so many incredible bands on there. Though. Like if you are a fan of like pop punk and all of that kind of music,
100%.
There's so many bands on there, and I think the whole point of it is to go and discover new bands as well.
100%. And already with the bands that have been announced, it's been awesome so far. And also, people always have something to say online, but the ticket prices too, I think, are very reasonable for a weekend ticket. Was it $125 US dollar, 150?
So for the bands that
150?
you're getting,
you're getting a ton of bands for a ticket price that's way less than most festivals for a weekend ticket. I don't know. I think the way they're coming back is great. I mean, I might be biased. We're on it, and I've always loved Warped Tour, so I can hardly say anything negative about it. But people always have something to say. I mean, no matter what festival or music, But yeah, I think it's going to be great, and I'm very excited to see it come back.
Of course. Are there any bands there in particular that you're looking forward to seeing? Like, who are your favorite kind of artists right now?
Oof. I should know a little bit more about who's been announced recently. I don't even know.
Oh, there's been so many.
I know.
They've done like 6 a day.
I was gonna say they've been doing a ton. I know we have a ton of our friends' bands that are doing it. I can't really pinpoint.
I know the home team who are on this tour with you. They're doing it.
Really great.
They are incredible.
Really, and they're very good live. So I will definitely be watching them for sure. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be a blast from the past.
They're great performers as well.
Oh yeah,
they never stop moving on stage. Nope. It's great to watch.
No, they're great. Great live band. So they're going to crush Warped Tour. Yeah, I saw their announcement. That was a cool. I feel like everybody has their unique, cool way of doing their announcements too.
Oh yeah, of course. There's been. I love watching the little videos every day. It's great.
Absolutely.
So. Aside from Warped Tour, who are your favorite artists at the moment? Is there anybody?
Man, I feel like recently I've been really enjoying Nox. I feel like Nox has been really crushing it. I've always loved the band Camino. I've been very open about that. I'd say those two right now. Bill Murray's been smashing it. Been really enjoying stuff that Bill Murray's been putting out. They're also incredible people, so it's cool to see them doing really, really well. So maybe those three at the moment.
I think Bill Murray are coming to Europe next month.
Yeah, don't miss that. Don't miss that. They're amazing performers and a super band, so definitely go see that.
It's amazing. Well, that is all of my questions for today. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.